Hey guys, sorry for the late join up. I honestly was fiddling with Darth Vader because I couldn't find some of the materials I wanted to use tonight. Oh, wow, everything's falling. Because I'm looking for something, everything got moved, so everything's falling over. Yay. All right, so this is The Bride from 2 weeks ago. I finished it in the interim. Lots of lightning and splatter effects happening all the way through it. All those wonderful Universal Monster props just bursting with electricity with a little bit of a boop. So that one's done. And this is me working on Vader. And what I originally was going to do is I have these somewhere. I have these watercolor Fude brush pens, and they're like in gray values. And I was going to use them. And but I couldn't find them. So what I'm going to do here is I have these matte black Faber-Castell pencils, and they can go really close to a solid black. So I can actually get this to match the black Posca paint I'm using for the solid black. But there's a part of me that kind of thinks that maybe I should just do everything in watercolor washes. I think that would just be a lot faster. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to mix up some ivory black watercolor paint. Should have like one of my palettes like just handy right here, and I can test that to see how the black goes with this red. There's a little palette. This one has some ivory black in it. Yep, it's got a little bit of ivory black in it. That's all you need to do. Okay, I'll grab a decent sable. This is just a Blick sable brush. Take some old water here. That's brown. It's blue. Huh, maybe that isn't. I don't think that's ivory black. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to use that one. Well, I happen to have some ivory black gouache right here, so how about I just use that? Vader in red. Like that. A little bit of Krista Berg Star Wars action. Wow, this is dried out black gouache. One thing I don't like about Winsor Newton gouache is it's the hardest out of the tube ever. I don't know why. They don't have to be that dry. I mean, they've already gotten so much of the moisture out of it. If I just use a knife blade just to pull some of this out. There's my Sharpies. Not my Sharpies, cutting knives. Again, everything got moved just before the screen because it's like, where the heck's all the stuff? Yeah. Something sharp. Not quite a knife, but should allow me to flick out some sort of paint here. There we go. A little bit more water on this. Now, this is not going to be the final piece. All right, so just the fact that I'm skipping around with different media on this means this is really just me trying out everything I need to do to make sure I can get this working properly in this paper. I don't know how much pigment or how much water this paper can take first time working with it with wet media. The Posca's staying down nicely. It's lifting up the The matte graphite, all right. So I've had a rough few weeks, health-wise. Think I'm starting to get better. Every time I think I'm getting better, it's like something else happens. But I have a feeling that what happened last week that forced me to cancel last stream should be the last of it for foreseeable. I hope. God, I can't deal with any more medical shit. Put me behind in so many things. Okay, so I'm confident that this paper can take gouache washes. Let's see how dark I can go. I wonder if I got another tube of black gouache you can use instead of that. It's really dried out. If I rip open the bottom and squeeze out some stuff from the bottom, that might be the best thing to do. Usually don't do that because I know with oil paints that can really screw things up. But I figure with this stuff's already so dried out all the time, I can just open it up and then squeeze some crap out. Some good old dried gouache paint that just rehydrates with a little bit of water. Aqua Vitae. Babbling a bit. I hate when I enter a stream scattered like this. But I was sure I had those Fude brush markers out. They look like the usual kind of like Fude brush markers that you'd see, but instead of like black, they're like a dark gray and a light gray. This is loading up even easier at the bottom of the tube than. Okay, it's resisting a bit over here, so let me just. So I guess the Posca is water tight, but this will go underneath the black a lot more effectively than the black pencil crayon or black pencil, matte black graphite. This will give me a lot more control over darker values I'm going to be laying down. This is essentially like I've done black and white paintings before. I've done some recently, the Joker, Batman, and Galactus one last year. I think the Joker's the one I still have. Galactus and Batman sold pretty quickly, I think. Batman always sells quickly. It's dark along there. Does change the color a little bit. Activates some of the red pigment, I think. Also, when I'm doing this again, I'm not going to go everything with a black lino. Don't need that when I'm going to be working everything with the wash. Just do everything with pencil. Yeah, I want the red to show up a bit more than that gray. Yeah, it's going to have to be washed with a. I did print out a screen cap with that, didn't I? I thought I did. Totally like me forget. Doesn't look like much here. This is me just figuring out where the values are going to go. So this is going to go. That wasn't good. Dark. It's now become like a color rough of a sort. It's going to be dark. Yeah, I think I'll do a full wash all the way down, although a lot more control, and I'll stretch this out. Yeah, that's the way I'll go. Where did I stick that other brush? Where was that leaving in the bucket overnight? I did put it down. I just don't know where. So absent-minded sometimes. Oh, put the pencils back where they belong. I'm not using them now. All right, so I got a plan for how I'm going to do the Vader. This isn't it, obviously. I'm going to have to. They're going to have to lighten up my initial drawing somewhat, make it a little tighter, because I'm going to be relying on pencil as opposed to ink lines underneath the wash. So I'm going to have to be more careful. I will have to wet and stretch this onto some artboard. You've seen stuff I do with the watercolors with. Evening, Rudak. So this is a failed start, but a start all the same, and I solved a lot of the issues I'll have to figure out before doing it again. I just don't know if you guys want to sit around while I futz about for like half an hour just getting this drawing, and then I gotta soak it for like 20 minutes. Then I gotta staple it to the artboard and let that dry before I start doing any painting. So is there something else you guys would like me to work on tonight? Because I feel like I set us up for a bad start, even though I did finish this today. I did finish this, well, big booby and all that stuff. But I'm at a loss. My fur coat. Yeah, you'll see that soon enough. I should be working on that tomorrow again. Gosh. Part of me that wants to know how the white will work on this, like whether or not I can go with like white colored pencil. It's a nice soft buttery white and allows the red to show through. So I think that would be okay on the lightsaber and some of the whitish highlights he gets on some of his armor and stuff. Okay, just get a little bit of white there. Of course, there'd be some white there. That's how it's going to look. Probably actually do a red rinse on top of it just to push the white back a bit. Or I could even use like a pink. I do have pink. Yeah, I have a few pinks. Yeah, huh. Oh, I could do Vader and Hoth so easily. Hang on, let me do Vader and Hoth right now. There we go. Nice piece of paper. Of course, I'm dropping every single marker I pick up and don't want to use. The white one, no. Here we go. There you go, Vader on Hoth. Doom, 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 doom. That was fast. Usually the go-to for me is always Hellboy or something. I could draw Hellboy. You guys want me to draw Hellboy? I can draw a nice little Hellboy. Give me a half hour draw Hellboy and give you guys at least a 1 hour stream worth of stuff. I think that works. That sound like a plan? Got some other unfinished work lying about here, but I feel that would be weird pulling that stuff up. Let me just draw a little Hellboy here. Here we go. Yeah, it's 7:36 here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty late for you. It's Romania. Okay, very cool. Cool, from Romania. That's pretty awesome. A lot of my favorite vampires come from there. Yeah, I'm not big in love with this face here. It's okay. Really good Hellboy. Another. Kind of looks like a hippie here. Sylvie already got me drawing all the sexy ladies you want. Hey, so it's been a bit. So I haven't seen any new movies yet. I think. Okay, this is bad. I'm going to go see the Captain America movie because I want that stupid shield. I'm Canadian, very pro-Canadian. Like that whole Trump wants to make Canada the 51st state thing is, of course, pissing me off beyond belief. So fuck him. Fuck everyone who actually thinks that Canadians would want that. Fuck any Canadian, like Kevin O'Leary, who thinks that we want that. Fuck him. But yeah, I got to say, not impressed with so many Americans just being so bloody ignorant about Canada to think that we just jump to join America. I mean, we have healthcare. What do you guys got? Debt? Bad education system? School shootings constantly? Yeah, no, thank you. I don't think America has anything Canadians want. Could get a little bit of a needed eraser happening. I'm happy that didn't fall into the wrong thing. There we go. I like having healthcare too. I don't like Americans not having healthcare. I mean, I wish you guys would, get that shit together, sorted out. So sick and tired of donating so much. I don't make enough money as an artist to actually donate to as many GoFundMe as I do. Be nice if you guys could sort that shit out. I did start watching this mystery, kind of like another Lost type miniseries type thing. Um, oh God, I'm blanking the name on it. I just watched the first 4 episodes today. But the thing that's kind of pushed that ahead is I started watching the show called Sugar that came out a while ago, and that was starring Colin Farrell. Now, the Sugar initially started around the same time as Penguin. I was going to say Sandman for some reason. And I decided that I didn't want to get too much of the same sort of show from the same actor at the same time. Cullen was just so good in the Penguin. I didn't want to have another series like just lying there waiting for me to connect with it. So I just started watching Sugar, and I gotta say I'm happy I waited because this is easily the nicest role I've ever seen Colin Farrell play. He's playing a genuinely nice guy who happens to be a private detective, and it's so rare to see someone like him actually get to play a good guy that's not like super complicated and all that shit. So it's a nice touch. This is way off camera, isn't it? Let me push this up a little. So yeah, Sugar's really good. And it's got picked up for another season. I got told avoid spoilers at all costs with Sugar because it ends in a place that no one expects. So I'm excited. I'm like 3 episodes in. I think there's 8 total. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And I gotta say, I got kind of a crush on Colin Farrell as an actor. He's just that good. You know what I'm saying? So good in Bruges, and so good in the Banshees of Inisherin, and so good in the Penguin and Batman and all that stuff. Oh my God, he's just so good. Oh, there's a nice little simple Hellboy sketch. Tell you what, everyone who comments on this week's video, that would mean in the response here. Why is that not getting the focus here? Focus, here we go. It looks like really blurry though, isn't it? All right, whoever leaves a comment in this video, by next week, I will pick a name and hopefully get in contact with you. It'd be easier if you're like in Patreon and everything, but and then whoever leaves a nifty comment in the comments here will get this drawing mailed to them this week, because that's what I did this week. There we go. You know what I'm going to do before I let you guys go? It's almost 8. I'm going to give this a quick spray with some fixative, so it actually shows up a little bit better. I'm actually going to take some matte black pencil here and some real darks in there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2 of this. It's just too good. All right, so let me get this quick spray fixative. I'll be right back, and then we'll do a sign off. Clearly, I'm going to be doing Vader again next week. And Dancers at the End of Time still hasn't arrived yet. Although I think it's arriving this week. Although today's the weekend, so I mean this week coming up. Sorry. And yeah, let me talk about all that stuff when I get back. All right, well, it's a hit with some fixative, so it's going to be a little less glary. So there we go. We got Hellboy snarking on the sig. All right, so I guess that's it for this week. I'm kind of okay with being short. Even though I'm significantly healthier, I'm still feeling like not quite 100% energy yet. So I don't want to push things too much. I think actually the rough pass on this Vader is going to be good. It's going to give me a lot more control over what I do next week. I realize how much more control I have to go into it. I thought I'd be able to wing it, just black ink. But with missing those specific markers, I can't do what I thought I was going to do. So it's going to be a lovely black ink wash on red paper with maybe some red paint to make it come through. And someone is going to leave a really thoughtful, amazing comment this week because it's good for my ego. And now I got to stop drawing this. There we go. Yeah. So updates. So there's still one $35 commission tier left on Patreon. And those are exclusive to Patreon supporters. So if you would like to get an 11x17 cover quality commission at a lower rate, but pay $35 a month for a full year, that's available on my Patreon. So you can sign up for my Patreon. That slot itself won't be open until March. That's when the new slots open up for the people who wanted them. So theoretically, you could sign up now as one. Let me know that's why you're signing up, and then we can coordinate and make sure that you get the $35 a month. So that's essentially $400 over the course of a year. That's 35 times, yeah. Essentially $400 over the course of a year, and you get the $500-600 commission piece for that, and that includes shipping. And it just makes it easier, so I don't end up getting like this massive pile of my 17s. Everyone who took the first 3 last year is rolling over into next year, so there's no new openings. So that's why I opened up 2 for March. There's some confusion. People thought somehow I was offering $35 for an 11x17 commission, which is desirable but not possible. So I had some people who were like, "I'll take it." Oh no, I misunderstood. So there's 2 right now. Well, one's taken, one's open. Will be open March 1st. Yeah, and then 3 months after that, I may open up some more. So yeah. So but in the interim, please like and comment. Again, if you comment if you want a chance to get this Hellboy drawing. And subscribe to my Patreon, $1 a month. That's all it is. There's also a free tier, but I feel so weird about the free tier when I'm already charging so little. I almost never post anything for the free tier. It feels weird. And then there's Instagram, which again, I'm along with a lot of people because of what Meta has been doing. I will be moving away from Instagram. I won't be abandoning Meta because I don't want them taking advantage of my abandoned spots. Who knows what, you can't trust them with your stuff when you're there. What are you going to trust them to do with your stuff when you're not? So I'll probably just maintain those sites, but not use them. Bluesky is pretty much, yeah, that's what I figured that is. Bluesky, because they're a combination working on something that's going to be a competitor for Instagram and something for TikTok, looks like it's going to be the only option for a non-meta social media for artists and creators. So I'll be increasingly moving over to Bluesky, and you'll be seeing less and less of me on Facebook and Instagram. But that's coming down the road. So yeah, just say something nice in the comments. Something about my wonderful dancing moves that you just weren't expecting. That back is too high. I'm gonna fix that. That's better. Or just like the Hellboy drawing, you want it in your collection, that type of thing. Just say something nice. Or bring up something you want to talk about, a question about how I work or something. Anything like that works. There we go. All right. So you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week with Darth Vader again. And that's it. You have a great night, everybody. Bye.